5th and 6th graders. Welcome to your science class. I hope you were good at home and doing all the homeworks you have in the past few weeks, okay? So today we're going to talk about the water cycle. So please open your books on page 44 and 45 and let's start talking about the water cycle. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you this before we start reading the pages of the book. Okay, so water rains down to the earth on stormy days, like today, like yesterday, like the weekend. So it gets soaked up in the ground. Water movement is a part of a cycle. The water cycle is very important to all the living things on earth. We have other cycles in our life, like in your life, your daily routine is a cycle. You wake up, you take your food, then you get prepared to go to school or to watch the videos on Facebook. Then you lay down some and watch TV. You maybe you have some practice, and then you have your food, and then you watch TV, then you have your dinner, and then you go to bed. Okay, these events are part of a cycle. This cycle repeats itself every weekday, okay? So the water cycle is also a set of repeated events and that happen over and over again. So evaporation and condensation, precipitation and collection are the repeated events of the water cycle. These events happen over and over again, okay? So first we need to know that the water cycle has 4 parts, okay? The first one is evaporation. So we know the evaporation, we already see evaporation in our books. So in evaporation, water is stored in our bodies of water, like lakes. Water floats up to the top of the lake, okay? The water turns into a gas and the gas rises up to the air. This happens because there is less water in the air than in the lake, okay? So water does not like being around too much other water. So water wants to go where there is less water. So when liquid water is turned into a gas, this is during evaporation. We already talked about that, okay? So the gas is called water vapor. Leave a glass of water out overnight, okay? You will see the level drop. That was on our experiment about evaporation on the few pages that we have. So this is an example of evaporation. We already have that experiment. The water in the glass will turn into a vapor. The vapor will be in the air, okay? The second part of the water cycle is condensation. Okay, so condensation is when water gets cold as it floats in the air, the gas turns back into a liquid. It's the opposite of evaporation, okay? So, and the liquid becomes a cloud, okay? Cloud. And this is called condensation. Condensation happens on the outside of the cup on a soda with ice. We already make that experiment too. So the cup looks like it's sweating, but that's the vapor from the air, okay? And when the vapor gets cold, it hits the icy surface of the cup and the vapor turns into a liquid, okay? So now we're gonna go to our books on page 44 and 45, and let's read. Water keeps going around and around in what we call the water cycle. In the water cycle, water moves from the land and the sea to the air and back again, okay? So the water vapor condenses to, I'm gonna read it. Water vapor condenses to form cloud. Clouds are made up of tiny drops of water, okay? Las nubes están hechas de pequeñas gotas de agua que se condensaron y subieron, okay? Then rain falls from clouds. Lo que pasa, cae la lluvia de las nubes. Or snow. Here in Guatemala we don't have snow, but we have too much rain, okay? So evaporation from seas, rivers, lakes, and soil. So the rain that comes from the cloud, water flows back to the rivers, sea, lakes, and soil. Se mueven todo esto. Then we have the other part that is evaporation. The water evaporates from seas, rivers, lakes, and soil. And it gets up, and we have again the other cycle, okay? So, like we have here, here, okay. We have here evaporation, here, evaporation, it goes up, with the water vapor condenses from the clouds are made up of tiny drops. Then we have the rain, it goes down, and the water flows to all rivers and all those plants, and then with help of the sun it gets up again and makes the condensation, okay? So this is the cycle we have on water. We have water here, it gets evaporation by the sun. ¿Quién nos permite que exista la evaporación? El sol. El sol es nuestro medio de calor natural, ¿verdad? Entonces, ¿se recuerdan que en evaporation hicimos el experimento de poner las cosas en el calor y íbamos a ver cómo salía el vapor? Pues lo que hace que en la naturaleza suba el vapor del agua y se evapore todo lo que está de más, podríamos decirlo, es lo que sube a las nubes y después vuelve a bajar y después se vuelve a evaporar y vuelve a subir, ¿ok? Es por eso si miramos charcos, cuando sale el sol se evaporan, ¿ok? Y ese vapor sube a las nubes y así es como tenemos un ciclo de agua, ¿ok? So, the water cycle happened mainly because of evaporation and condensation. Freezing and melting also happen in the water cycle. Aquí en Guatemala no lo tenemos, pero que cuando cae nieve, que se cae la nieve congelada, se deshace, se evapora, sube, se va a las nubes y después vuelve a pasar el mismo proceso, ¿ok? Entonces, this is what we have on the water cycle. So, I'm gonna leave here a photo. Okay, in this photo we have a illustration of water cycle, and you can see how it works, okay? Okay, so after this, you're gonna answer in a piece of paper all the questions from page 45. They're very easy. If you do not understand something, please write in the comments on the Facebook page, on the Facebook group, and tell me, teacher, I do not understand what does this question says. Help me, okay? But you need to ask for help, okay? So your homework is page 45. So remember to do, and if you have, and when you finish, you take a photo and post it on the comments on the Facebook page, okay? So Bye bye, see you next time, and remember, you have questions, ask for help.